All right, everybody, welcome back. We are diving deep today.
Deep, deep.
Yeah, into Jerome Powell and his time as the chair of the U.S. Federal Reserve.
Big job.
Huge. And we've got, like, all these excerpts, really smart analysis, trying to understand his approach, what his legacy is going to be. But our mission today, I think, is to figure out, like, how this guy makes these decisions.
Yeah. What makes him tick?
Right? How does he do it?
Yeah.
What are the tough choices? And then, what might even happen next?
Right.
But you know what I find fascinating about Powell?
What's that?
It's that he's got a completely different background
Mm.
than, like, all the other Fed chairs before him.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, he comes from this world of, like, investment banking
Right.
and law, so not the typical,
Not the
accountant.
usual, like, you went and got your PhD in economics and now you're going to be the Fed chair.
Exactly.
So how does that actually play out?
I think you could call him a pragmatist.
Okay.
He really is very focused on data.
Like, what kind of data?
Like, the actual inflation numbers as they come out, the jobs reports, consumer confidence, all that stuff.
So it's really like, what's happening right now?
Yes.
Let's look at that and make decisions.
Real-time information versus, kind of like sticking to this very rigid economic model.
So he's adaptable.
Yeah. And I think the perfect example of that is like his response to the pandemic.
Oh, yeah. That was like, whoa. The whole world went crazy. What did he actually do?
I mean, he took some pretty drastic steps, things like massive bond buying programs,
So-
right? To just pump money into the economy, slashing interest rates to, almost zero.
Yeah.
These were emergency measures that had never really been seen before, but all designed to, like, prevent a total meltdown.
I mean, what a pressure cooker to be in.
Absolutely.
But those moves that he made, didn't they kind of, like, cause problems later on?
Well, they did help stabilize things at first, but they also, contributed to the inflation.
Right, which we're dealing with now.
Exactly.
Okay.
Hmm.
So that forced him to, like, completely shift gears.
Right.
And be like, okay, now we have to, like, control these prices that are going up.
Right. So it's a totally different approach based on what's happening at the time.
So is he, like, you hear these terms thrown around, hawk or dove. Where did he fit in?
Yeah, you need to understand those terms, right? Like a hawk would be someone who's really prioritizing keeping inflation down no matter what, even if it means unemployment's going to go up.
Okay.
A dove would be like, no, we got to keep unemployment low, even if prices go up a bit. But I think Powell is trying to, like, walk this tightrope.
Put tightrope walker
Yeah.
between the two.
He's doing this balancing act, right?
Yeah. It makes his job, like, really hard.
Really hard. And, these aren't just theoretical things. Like, these decisions affect people's lives,
Right.
their jobs, their homes, everything. But, I think what really stands out about Powell is that he really wants everyone at the Fed to be on the same page.
Okay, he wants to have consensus.
Yes, consensus when making decisions.
So was he able to get that?
I mean, think about this. From late 2021, there's only been one dissenting vote among all the Fed officials.
Wow.
Just one.
So, like, he got all these economists to agree.
Pretty much, yeah. It's incredible. It speaks to his leadership.
Yeah.
Like, he's not dictating, he's getting people to buy in
Right, he's bringing people together.
to a shared vision.
So we have this Fed chair with this really unique background, this way of, like, let's look at the data and be really pragmatic about it, and then this ability to get everyone on the same page. What does that mean for us?
Well, it tells us that Powell is someone who can adapt. I think, he gets that there's no magic formula for a healthy economy. He's using the information he has, and he understands that there are trade-offs, right? You can't always have everything. Sometimes you got to prioritize. Sometimes it's messy. It's complicated.
Right, it's not black and white.
It's not black and white, but that's the reality of economics. It's not a perfect science. It feels like the world's changing so fast these days.
It really does.
What does that mean for how he's going to, lead going forward?
Yeah, I mean, that's the million-dollar question, right? How does this style, which has worked sometimes but maybe hasn't other times, how does that hold up in a world that just feels increasingly unpredictable?
Right.
So that's something to think about as you continue to explore, the Fed and how it shapes your financial life.
Yeah. And we hope this deep dive has given you a little more knowledge to do just that.
Definitely.
We'll see you next time.
See you later.